Hey gang, it's JC, and this is the Daily Dose for Thursday, May 19th, 2011, a combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. Great archives at the top of the page, eye candy along the bottom of the page. I have to tell you, we're in a great business. This broadcasting. Let me tell you about a guy by the name of Dennis Stortz. Dennis Stortz has been the general manager at KFUO, little station, for 36 years. 36 years he's been running KFUO. And the other day he goes out to Washington State to attend the wedding of his son. And while he is out there, he gets a long-distance telephone call informing him that his job is no longer. Congratulations to the Lutheran Church Missouri Synod for being Christ-like in their treatment of their 36-year-long employee, Dennis Stortz. You wonder sometimes, some of you wonder why I'm against organized religion. Any questions? All right, a reporter who did a piece on Arnold Schwarzenegger at his home a couple of years ago says the housekeeper, Patty Baena, was well endowed but not a very good cook. And Amazon.com says, this is how weird people are. Says DVD sales of Terminator 2 are up 169% since Arnold's sex scandal broke. Lady Gaga, officially more powerful than Oprah. Maybe it's time that Oprah did step aside, according to Forbes magazine in its annual Celebrity 100 Power list. LeBron James at number 10, Simon Cowell at 9, Bon Jovi at 8. They had a big concert tour this year. Taylor Swift at 7, Tiger Woods at 6, Elton John at 5, U2 at 4, Justin Bieber at number 3, Oprah is second, Lady Gaga is number 1 as far as people in the broadcast industry, Glenn Beck at number 30, Howard Stern at number 26, and that pill-popping racist Rush Limbaugh is number 23. Other celebrities, Angelina Jolie at number 11, Katy Perry 12, Johnny Depp, who we learned yesterday is going to play Tonto in the Lone Ranger movie, is number 13. Kobe Bryant at 14. Leo DiCaprio at 15. Black Eyed Peas 16. Donald Trump 17. Dr. Phil at number 18. Tyler Perry at number 19. And Paul McCartney is 20th. Joe Perry says Aerosmith is not going to play on American Idol this year. They've been hearing rumors for 6, 7, 8 months about the fact that Aerosmith is going to end up playing in one of the final performances. Not according to Joe Perry of the band. He says now maybe next season when Aerosmith has a new album and they want to promote it, maybe they'll go on, but not this year. We'll see. All right, we told you on the air on the Big 550 KTRS the other day that Matthew Morrison from Glee is going on tour this summer with the Backstreet Boys and New Kids on the Block. Well, that should dispel any of those gay rumors. Police in Tijuana discovered 513 illegal immigrants crammed into 2 trucks bound for the United States. I was shocked to hear that Tijuana has police. All right, you wonder why I don't like reality TV. And Trish and I argue about this all the time. She's the reality TV queen, and I think reality TV, well, first of all, there's no such thing as reality TV. They tell you that it's a slice of life and that what you're seeing is real, but we all know, any of us who've been paying attention for any period of time, know that nothing is true about reality TV. It is not reality. They have writers, they have producers, they steer plot lines in certain ways that will drive ratings, and oftentimes people aren't even the people that they say they are. How many people in reality TV have been hauled away for various crimes that they committed either before, during, or after their time on reality TV? Recent example, here we go again. A couple that got themselves a new house in Extreme Makeover Home Edition 2 years ago apparently faked their children's illnesses. Las Vegas couple Chuck and Terry Serta, March 2009, did Extreme Makeover, claiming that their 2 children had immune deficiency disease. And now people did a little investigating and they found out that the couple made the entire thing up. While that's going on, sources say bachelor couple Brad Womack and Emily Maynard are definitely over. Brad keeps drunk dialing her. Brad is such a loser. Again, made up for television. These people almost never stay together. And a former Real Housewives of New Jersey skank, Danielle Staub, has quit stripping and is now seeking help for low esteem brought on by childhood sexual abuse. I'll keep watching, the news. The FDA just released new guidelines on the amount of mold, insect parts, maggots, and rat poop that's legally allowed in your food. And the answer, by the way, is not 0. I have to tell you something. I was a rotten student in college. I was a terrible student in college. I didn't even do well in the broadcasting courses. That's how rotten a student I was. But what I really liked about college was being exposed to all the different speakers who came in and all the different cultural events. I went to everything. That was my college education. That was my liberal arts education. I didn't very well studying in the classrooms and the reading and the comprehension and all that sort of stuff. But I feel like I got the majority of my education attending all these different cultural events and speaker series and everything like that. And my life changed in 1972. We did a thing at Northern Illinois University. There was a thing called Mayfay. And it was just a bunch of speakers and artists and celebrities and all sorts of stuff. And I went to see everybody. And one of the people I went to see was Ralph Nader. Again, this is 1972. And I remember vividly the speech that he gave about the fact that, I had never eaten peanut butter before, but if there was ever a chance that I was ever going to eat peanut butter, it ceased the evening I saw Ralph Nader, because he talked about the allowable percentage of rat poop and body parts from animals and stuff like that that are allowed legally by the FDA, because they all got together and said, look, we can't keep all the rats and all the rat poop out of the peanuts, so, give us a break here, So anyhow, for example, pizza sauce can't have more than 2 maggots per 100 grams. Fig paste has to have fewer than 13 insect heads per 100 grams, and popcorn can't have more than 1 piece of rat poop in a sample. Have a nice day. All right, so you have a lot of people worried about their jobs, their finances, their home being foreclosed. Like we said, people are getting slashed and cut from jobs left and right. People don't know how they're going to make ends meet, losing their homes, etc., and so forth. So somebody put together the list of the most sleepless cities in America based on insomnia rates. And it had everything to do with sales of prescription medicine for sleeping disorders to the number of patients in sleeping disorder clinics. And you'll never guess it, we have 2 cities right in our immediate region that made the top 5 list. The top 5 most sleepless cities in America based on insomnia rates: Charleston, West Virginia, number 1. Mount Vernon, Illinois is number 2. Hey, Floyd, how you doing, you old coot? Also, Dayton, Ohio, 3. Springfield, Missouri is 4. And Lexington, Kentucky is 5. And that bugs me. All right, it was on this date back in 1976 that John Sebastian went gold for his song Welcome Back, which was the theme song for Welcome Back, Kotter. Interesting story I remember John Sebastian told on American Bandstand, of all places. They came to him and they said, all right, we have this new television show called Kotter. That was originally the name of the show. It wasn't called Welcome Back, Kotter. It was called Kotter. Gabriel Kaplan, John Travolta, the rest of the gang, Ron Palillo. So they said, here, I want you to write this song. Here's basically the story of the TV show. This guy goes back to Brooklyn to teach in his old high school, and it's Welcome Back, and so it's a Kotter, So he sits down and he starts trying to write a song, theme song for Kotter, and he goes back to them and he says, look, there's like nothing that rhymes with Kotter other than otter, and I can't write a whole song based on Kotter and otter. So, but you told me that it was sort of like the idea was they were welcoming him back to the community. So I wrote the song called Welcome Back, Kotter. And there's a lot of more things that rhyme with Welcome Back than rhyme with Kotter. And so he persuaded them to change the name of the TV show from Kotter to Welcome Back, Kotter, and that's how you ended up with that show. And that's how the theme song ended up being number 1 on this date back in 1976. All right, JC's Eye Candy today is back to 1962. We have some old black and white film of the birthday tribute to President John F. Kennedy. And yeah, you guessed it, this is the Marilyn Monroe thing. But I discovered something sort of interesting. because as sensuous and provocative as Happy Birthday, Mr. President was, I never knew that right after that she went into singing Thanks for the Memories. And when she starts singing Thanks for the Memories, she practically starts groping herself. And this is much more provocative than the Happy Birthday, Mr. President thing. So we put the entire thing up for you on JC's Eye Candy, the entire video right there. You want to check out the 2-minute and 28-second mark. She does everything but just grope herself, and I know there's certain people in my viewing audience who would appreciate that. So you can check that out on JC's Eye Candy. It's right below what you're looking at. By the way, if you're asking about this, yeah, this is being treated for a staph infection on my hand. I wish I had a baseball game this week because I could throw my old staff ball. Try to hit that, suckers. Grab some bench. I just whiffed you on my staff ball. It's getting better, by the way. So that's it. Check all that stuff out. We have a brand new feature starting today, by the way, which is you have to scroll down on the page just a little bit from what you're looking at right now. But Dr. Kathy Naughton at the Center for Sexual Health has a new feature called Speaking Sexually. And we're going to update this every Thursday and Monday here at jcontheline.com. So all sorts of sex stories, data, research, all sorts of things involving, you know what I mean. Yeah. So that's starting today, and it's right below. You got to scroll down a little bit. Look for Speaking Sexually, sponsored by the Center for Sexual Health. And we're glad to have Dr. Kathy Naughton aboard here, jcontheline.com, on the Daily Dose, and also, of course, on the Big 550 KTRS, where Trish Gazelle and I do the show every day from 10 in the morning until 1. And we have news, by the way, with regard to that. I'll have that for you possibly as early as tomorrow, but there's some news that you'll want to know if you are a listener to our show on the Big 550 KTRS, or more importantly, if you're one of the hundreds, possibly thousands of people who have approached me one way or the other over the last 7 months and said, you know, I would love to listen to your show, but I'm just not available at that time. You see this cat? This cat doesn't get it. This cat doesn't understand that Dad is creating. Dad is creating. Victor, come on, come on. Where's your brother Louie? Oh, he's not. Victor does not believe that he's a cat. He thinks he's a person, and he thinks that our other black cat, Louie, is his cat. All right? Wave goodbye, Victor. Come on, wave goodbye. Come on, wave, come on. Get out of here. All right, that's JC's Daily Dose for, what is it, Thursday, May 19th, 2011. A combined venture with Mind Active in beautiful downtown Brentwood. And in the meantime, we've beaten this one to death. Have a good one. See you later. Bye.